Come on. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where you get to sit there and watch me take some shoes out of a box and tell you what I think of them. Today we are talking about these, the Air Jordan 3 A Ma Manière while you were sleepings. Today we are back to the regular late sneaker review scheduled programming. Yesterday I did a review on the Alexis Sablone SB Dunk Lows, which was slightly ahead of schedule, particularly for me, and if you haven't checked that video out, be sure to click on the video above. And today I'm going to be bringing you probably the 80th review on these you may well have seen online. So these released, I want to say like a couple of weeks ago now, maybe, on the A Ma Manière website, and when they first dropped, it was kind of surprising because these were sitting and were available for some time after the initial drop. These weren't botted, resellers weren't seizing on these. The demand, it seemed, was pretty low for this pair according to A Ma Manière's website release. This particular pair that I managed to get my hands on came courtesy of the Sneakers app. Go figure, when you are copping sneakers on the Sneakers app, you know that the demand must be low. Or maybe it's once again just a sign of the times. After all, this particular pair was 220 pounds, which is something like 240 US dollars. This is the second A Ma Manière Air Jordan 3. I know, it's not oftentimes that collaborators come back to do a sequel on a model that they've already done, but A Ma Manière are in such good standing right now, it seems, with Jordan Brand these days, that they can pretty much have their pick of the bunch. This sneaker has come out as part of a collection. Up until recent times, we were under the impression that we were going to be getting a Jordan 3 and then a Jordan 4, and that was kind of going to be about it. But it has come to light that we actually have an entire collection of 6, maybe even 7 sneakers to look forward to, and this is the first of the bunch, the Jordan 3s. Let's go through the packaging first. I know a lot of people have made a big to-do about the box. You know, it's the Lamborghini doors or the suicide doors or whatever. Bro, I think this box is absolutely rubbish. And the main reason I think the box is rubbish is because I pretty much broke it straight away. And I wasn't even like messing around with it, trying to be cool. I just opened it up and then it fell apart. So I'm not particularly fanatical about the box. When you do lift the lid, provided you don't break one of the doors, you are met with this nice sort of silver underlay on the inside of the lid featuring the A Ma Manière co-branding, and you also get this towel. To be honest, I would have actually preferred a dust bag, because a dust bag at least has some kind of utility about it wherein you can repurpose it. This looks like a fancy napkin you get at an invite-only dinner type situation. Like, it's not big enough for me to actually use after a shower. It could maybe work as a picnic blanket or something. Look, I mean, it's a nice touch, but it's a bit unnecessary. You also get a couple of extra sets of laces. You get this sort of creamy or off-white colored pair, and then you get this dark violet pair or this sort of purplish type pair, which is pretty cool. And I completely forgot the motif on the lace tips. Like, I thought it said harder work, and I was thinking, who the hell wants harder work? But then I realized it was work harder. Before we get into the comparisons between these and A Ma Manière's other 3, let's go through the shoe itself. The first thing to note is that the shape is really awesome. The whole new mold scheme from Jordan Brand with regard to their 3s has them all looking a lot more OG. In terms of the shape, more rounded toe box, slightly more trim, not quite as bulky and puffy in areas. And so the shape, at least for my taste, is bang on point. The color scheme, as you can see, is predominantly black, a la the black cement, and then you have this deep violet, or sorry, flat pewter as it's called out on the box. And that's complemented with these gray suede panels where you'd normally find the elephant print. And then finally, you've got a bit of black on the midsole together with this off-white or cream color. The outsole features the same type of blocking with the cream and the pewter and the sort of purpley burgundy violet vibe. And then on the back tab, you've also got the Nike Air, which features this cream color as well. So the colorway, the color scheme is very nice. It's quite classy. In terms of the materials, they're quite luxurious, I would say, actually. The black material is this nice quality tumbled leather. Down the tongue, as well as along the eye stays, you've got this perforated leather, which is also really nice to the touch, really soft. That same perforated leather wraps around the heel of the sneaker. The inside liner of the sneaker is true to A Ma Manière's normal style with the whole quilted vibe. And then you've got this really rough, shaggy, almost towely suede that wraps around the panels on the back portion as well as around the mudguard. Good quality on all of the lace options as well. They do feel feel well built. They feel like they've been put together with a little bit of care, and the materials definitely do feel elevated. Comparing them to the first iteration of the Amamanier Jordan 3s, the first thing that you can probably notice is the difference in shape that I was talking about. The Ama 3s from 2021 are a little bit more bulky. You can kind of see here the toe box isn't quite so low slung and rounded off. They're a little bit chunkier. They kind of feel like they're in a bit of a bulking phase compared to the new ones. The quality in the leather materials is pretty comparable, to be fair, but the main difference is, as you can see here, is with the new version you've got the perforated leather, whereas on the 2021 pair you don't have that perforated leather. You have the same tumble down the tongue, and then you have a suede material that flanks the eyelets. That same more suede material wraps around the heel, and it's of course a different type of quality suede on the rear panels as well as on the mudguards. They both feature the quilted lining, and because there's a difference in the tongue leather, these do kind of feel a little bit different on foot. The While You Were Sleeping pair has the same type of tongue that featured on the Amamanier 4s, which I wasn't that crazy about, to be honest, because they're a little bit sharper. I do like a little bit more poof and puffiness to the tongue. And yeah, actually I forgot to mention before that you do get the custom insoles, of course, as well with the Amamanier branding, and then underneath the insoles, on the instep underneath, you have the tagline While You Were Sleeping. So I just thought I'd mention that before I forget, because that is a pretty cool detail. All in all, I think I prefer the white pair to the black pair, but the black pair is really nice. Like the black pair, W shape compared to the white pair, but something about the original just pips it for me. I don't know, but I am nonetheless very impressed with these Ama 3s While You Were Sleepings. I think they are good. It's a nice pair, really classy. So with that in mind, let's chuck them on feet and see what they look like and feel what they feel like. So my first impressions are these do fit quite snug, a little bit like the Ama 4s. Because you've got this beefed up insole and you've got this quilted liner, they do feel like they fit a little bit snug. So if you do have a wide foot, or if you do like to have a little bit of extra room in the toe box, I'd probably recommend going up a half size. Otherwise though, you should be good going your true size. Worst case scenario, you can take out the insole. In terms of the comfort, yeah, they feel okay. Given the fact that they run a little bit narrow, they probably take a little bit of breaking in, but I reckon once you've broken them in, once you've got some creases in them, these will feel fantastic. But off the rip, I wouldn't say they're particularly comfy. In terms of how they look on foot, bro, these look awesome. They give me class. Classy pair, that's what I'm going to say about these. Really wearable, really stealth colorway. They do look elevated. They do have a little bit of swaz about them. If you wanted to make them pop a little bit more, one of the other lace options will do the trick just fine. I think they look really clean on foot for sure. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the resell. Where are these at currently in the resale market, just in case you guys are thinking about picking up a pair? Well, last sale was under retail, unbelievably. Even in my size as well, a women's 12 or a UK 9.5. Lowest ask right now, 262, so call that £280. So basically you can get these for right around retail at the moment, which is unbelievable. That's crazy. Ama 3s in this wearable colorway are out there floating around for retail. In fact, if you're smaller size, or if you want to get your woman a size, or your missus, your babes a size, you probably find these sitting in some places. In terms of like their collectability, bro, I think these are mad collectible, especially if you have the first colorway of the Ama 3s, you're going to need the second colorway of the Ama 3s. I think if you're the type of collector that likes to have those more luxurious pairs in your collection, these are a little bit of a no-brainer because they definitely do exude that elevative sense of quality we've come to expect from Amamanier. So very collectible sneaker. And so why are these bricking, or why have these resold for hardly any money? How come they're so easy to get? Well, I guess one of the reasons is the fact that there are so many options out there just this month for sneakers. Even myself, I copped the Alexis Sablones, I got the Jordan 1 Low Mochas, there's been a whole bunch of 4s that have come out recently, including the White Thunders and even the Wet Cements. There's been a massive deluge of sneakers in the past month where I feel like a lot of people who might have looked at these in years past or months past have probably been too inundated with options to really give these a shake for 220 pounds. I also think with the upcoming black cements coming up as well later on this year, people were probably looking at these thinking they look so similar to the black cements, so why would I need another pair of dark colored 3s? I mean, just to give you a sense, here's my 2017 or 2018 pair. They are very similar. Like if you walk fast, you're hardly really going to know the difference. And so those are 2 reasons, among many others, I'm sure, why these haven't been received as popularly as we may have expected. But for you, for me, those of us that love collecting these types of sneakers, it's wicked to be able to actually have a chance at copying these for retail. And if you miss, you don't have to overpay massively on the resale market. So W. And those are my thoughts. I think it is a really nice sneaker. Classy, bruv. Shape is good, materials are good, the packaging, bro, forget about the packaging, I've already broken it. Shout out to you guys for taking the time to watch the 80th review of the Amamanier Jordan 3s. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a like before you bounce, and I will see you tomorrow for our weekly sneaker news wrap. Take care for now, guys, and peace.